Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Tuesday's Talk with Grada. I'm the co-owner of a successful coaching and healing business, the Purple House in Tasmania, for those who don't know me. Plus, I'm also a published author. You can see my 3 books behind me. And today, I'm so happy to talk with you about something that is very, very close to my heart, and that is women and women's health, and in the way I love to support women. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love men and boys as well, but what I realized that working with, more than 10,000 people or women over the last 20 years is I started to see a pattern where I noticed women are not feeling supported. They're not getting the support that they need to thrive in today's world. And at one point I was one of those women myself, so I'm speaking from experience. And in my practice I do support women to show up as their true self and to tap into their spiritual superpowers that are actually found inside your body, not somewhere out there, and many other things that I do in my private coaching and healing practice. But today I am happy to share with you that I am starting to work with a selected group of women who really want to change their life from the inside out. So if you want to experience weekly miracles, if you want to have more energy, and if you want to have a better money flow, consistent money flow, if you want things to flow towards you rather than you having to overreach all the time, if you want to have better physical health and less pain, and even if you want to get off the emotional roller coaster of stress and overwhelm and have true peace of mind, then this program is for you. So I've created an 8-week program that starts on the 14th of November at night time. And we're doing it over Zoom. So all you have to do is make yourself comfortable at home somewhere, very private in your room, where you can receive an energy upgrade from me and healing energy, as well as 7 key practical steps and support, pillars of support really, that's what I call them, for your life, so we can create a new reality where you can feel, where you start to thrive and have more prosperity with less effort. How does that sound to you? Because what I see is that women go about creating success and achievements the masculine way, because of course we copy the masculine, because traditionally the man was in the workforce and the woman was at home. So it makes sense that when women entered the workforce and they started to earn money, they became like men, right? But a woman's body is completely different to a man's body. And so you can't compare it to each other. So what I see is that when women go about creating health and wealth and building a life and building a better life for their family, they end up being broken, they end up depleted, they end up all dry, they have broken power centers. And even if they manage to create, wealth or great success, they often can't enjoy it anymore, because their bodies are not responding anymore. That it's cost them too much, and that there's a huge disconnect going on in the body, right? And so I have found a blueprint that can help you make a comeback from all of that and really start to thrive. So this is something that I apply to myself. You know how there's a saying, behind every master used to be a disaster. And that's so true for everyone that I've ever worked with. I've worked with many mentors and coaches over my years, but at one point my finances were in tatters. They were absolutely shocking, dismal, right? I had 6 children, and Peter was doing what he could, but he wasn't able to keep his finger in the hole of the dike here, because basically the dam was burst. We were just flooding in bills, and I worried about losing everything for a number of years, and there was literally nothing more I could do. Plus I was broken from being hit by a truck, but even before I was hit by a truck, I was never comfortable with our finances. And do you know that 8 out of 10 women lie awake at night just worrying about their bills, the kids, how they're going to make ends meet. They sometimes worry about their parents, and then they reach a certain stage, maybe the kids have all grown up now, but actually not many women my age in Australia have financial security. Very few actually. There's a whole tsunami of women who basically have nothing because they've given it all away. So there's the same problem across all ages. And so I want to do something about it, and I want to show you how you can change your life and your circumstances from the inside out and change your reality so that you become the master of your circumstances, that your reality starts to serve you rather than you being the servant, right? So I worked out a blueprint that got me back on track, that got our finances back on track. What I practiced, what I learned, turned our business into $1 million business, like shortly after I discovered what I'm going to share with you in the Discover Your Feminine Fortune. So the Discover Your Feminine Fortune program, it's a bit of a cheeky name, but I like it. You're going to discover things that you've never heard of before, that nobody else teaches you. And of course, fortune is a bit of a funny name, but fortune feels to me like good luck, right? That the universe is always opening doors for you and giving you better opportunities and supporting you and uplifting you and carrying you. So I'm going to show you how that works. But first, just let me condense it for you a little bit, the topic that I'm talking about. So imagine most women that I see, and which is nearly everyone, truly nearly everyone, okay, they are living in the country. This is called a country or land of surviving. Okay, so surviving, oh, I can't even write like now. Okay, so their nervous systems are always on edge. They're holding it all together for everyone. They have to be everything for everyone. But even if you don't, women's nervous systems is still on edge. They still don't know how to truly tap into their own feminine fortune, the sacred flow that energizes women's body and that keeps you young and inspired and creative and radiant, that shapes years of your life. I want to show you how to tap into that so you can go from the country of surviving, and we're going to take like 8 steps because it's an 8-week program. I'm running out of spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into a new country where you can thrive. That says thriving, okay? Where you can prosper. So there are different rules that apply to being in survival country, which is where everyone is. Because like you get up, you go from paycheck to paycheck, a crisis hits, there's a drama here, and it's full of distractions, and it's like people have lost connection to their dreams, they've lost connection to who they really are, anyway, they don't feel supported, they've lost focus, and it's like they are climbing a ladder every day. This is another way to look at it. But there's some rungs missing, okay? So a ladder has like steps, right? And imagine if you don't know that there's a few steps missing, and then you always fall down, right? Because you don't know there's a step missing, and you trip over again, and you trip over again. And somebody needs to show you a different way. And so that's one example. So like you can also think of the 8 weeks. That's going to be a ladder that's going to give you firm steps how to get from that country of surviving, out of survival mode, into thriving, into prosperity, into abundance, into really peace of mind, and where miracles flow every week. And you become more intuitive, like your intuition speaks to you really loud, and you just literally start to thrive. So some women, this is another thing that I've seen as well. So other than sometimes that there are rungs missing on the ladder, the other thing that I see is that women have worked so hard all their life, and finally they get to the top, right? So they reach the top, and then they don't like what they see. Suddenly it's all meaningless, it's lost its meaning. So that happens a lot as well. So that literally meant, well, they had the ladder against the wrong building or against the wrong wall. They didn't know that they were working on a life that wasn't really in alignment with their soul. It wasn't really their own dream. It was just maybe doing other people's expectations. And so recently I came across this woman, and she used to work with people who were dying. So she looked after them till they died, and she did that for 8 years. And she said, there are 5 common things, 5 common regrets that people had the most when on their deathbed. And so it's really, really interesting. So the first one was always, I wished I lived a life true to myself. And then the second one is, I wished I hadn't worked so hard. The third one is, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Well, that's a big one for most women, isn't it? Because often if you truly express your feelings properly, well, that makes you feel very vulnerable, doesn't it? And it doesn't always land well, and then maybe it takes energy to clean up the mess, right? If you get into an argument, it gets messy. And fourth is, I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends. So friends are also important. You don't need many friends, but you do need some friends that I felt what I call high value friends. So like, it's good to have a little bit of a network. And 5 is, I wish I'd allowed myself to be happier. Right, so this basically covers what I see in women, and I feel like women deserve so much better. They deserve all the joy, all the happiness, and the connection. Women love connection, right? They crave true and meaningful connections, and they pretty much sacrifice so much to get that, but they actually almost still always miss the boat. And this all needs to be changed. So I want to see many more women coming from a place of truly thriving from the inside out, where they feel empowered. They know how to open the floodgates of abundance. And it's not by working harder, by the way, or using your mind harder. When women use their mind too much, they start to suffer from ADHD and burnout. And in fact, the statistics show that the ADHD diagnosis in women, in female entrepreneurs, I should say, doubled in the last 2 years. So that's huge, isn't it? And so these women are really cracking up at the seams, because it's very hard when you have ADHD to keep all the pieces of the puzzle in your life together, right? And I can show you powerful centering exercises that keep you fully anchored in your body, and it starts to rewire your brain. So your brain literally starts to work for you. And so if women operate too much from their heart center, which is like a lot of women do operate from the heart center, they've forgotten how to receive. So they're always giving and giving, and they're not receiving. And this also leads to breakdown. So these are just some little examples that I feel really passionate about. So, the country of surviving, I feel like too many people are stuck in there. Okay. Now, of course, what about our men, right? This affects men too, of course. But men always follow the leadership of the women. Trust me, this is so true. Like on a subconscious, intuitive soul level, the men will always take the cue for the women. So if we want to change the world, which is what I want to do, I want to create a better, more light-filled, kinder, compassionate world. We start with the women, and then the children benefit, but the partners also benefit, because men change quicker than women, believe it or not. So when I work with men, they often do change really, really quick. Once they get the key, they get a concept, and the energy shifts, and then it's like a straight line forward. But unfortunately, not many men are quite ready yet to do their inner work, although I'm seeing a lot more men are hopping on board as well. But the key is, a lot of men need their wives or their partners to change first, and then they get inspired to follow. So as a woman, you have to remember your role is to be the leader. First you lead yourself, and then you lead your community and your family around you. So that's enough talking for today. So my program that starts on the 14th of November at night, and the recordings will be available. It will be a small group of selected women who are interested. There will be bonuses when you sign up. I'll put a link below the video. I really hope that this is something you're interested in, or maybe you can share it with somebody that you think who really needs it. It's for women of all ages. We can form like a beautiful community, a sisterhood where we all support each other as well, and it's going to really transform you from the inside out. So I am so happy that I finally got around to sharing this with you. It's been on the cards for a while, so go and check out the link. And that's basically all I wanted to say today. I don't really have time to take you through meditation or a practice or anything like that, but just go ahead and check out the link. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I'm here to support you. So this whole program, to put it in a nutshell, will be like 7 pillars of support that are going to help you to thrive, that are going to get you out of that survival mode into thriving, out of stress and overwhelm, into peace of mind, out of scarcity, into success and abundance. And it's worked for me. It still works for me all the time. It continues to work for me, and I hope that it starts to change your reality as well. Thanks for listening, everyone, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. I'll be back again next Tuesday for Tuesday's Talk with Grada. Thanks for listening. Big love from me. Bye for now.